You're here because you want to get smart fast. And today we're going to the docks.
Inner docks.
We're taking a look at a 1986 present Yachts 46
A classic.
named Avalon,
Nice name.
currently for sale in Southport, North Carolina.
A popular spot.
What makes this yacht so interesting, especially for someone who values being prepared and a good deal, is that it's not just any old boat.
Right.
The listing emphasizes significant updates
Oh, yeah.
and says it's turnkey, ready for her next adventures.
Awesome.
So we've got a couple listings for Avalon,
Great.
and they paint a pretty consistent picture.
Okay.
Our goal in this deep dive is to really break down what makes this yacht worth your attention.
Sounds good.
We'll look at the upgrades, the maintenance, the surprisingly roomy interior, and how ready it truly is for cruising.
Let's do it.
The first thing that jumps out is just how many updates are listed.
Yeah.
One listing says flat out, everything on this present Yachts 46 is updated.
Wow. Yeah. And the other one says,
What does it say?
everything about this vessel has been meticulously cared for, and it shows.
Old claims.
For a yacht from 1986. That is bold. Those are pretty bold claims.
They really are.
But the details do seem to back them up.
Okay, good.
The notable upgrades list is pretty impressive.
Like what?
New engines installed in 2015.
Nice.
A brand new hardtop over the bridge from 2022.
All right.
A dinghy also new from 2022.
Ooh.
An 11 kilowatt generator.
Powerful.
800 watts of solar panels.
Interesting.
New decking on the top sides.
So basically a whole new exterior.
And this is a big one.
What is it?
New fuel tanks in the engine room.
Oh, wow.
You know, on a boat, this whole replacing the fuel tanks is huge.
That's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these engines for a second.
Yeah, okay.
They're twin Cummins diesel engines.
Cummins, huh?
Model 6 BTA.
The 6BTA.
Installed in 2015.
It's pretty new.
And they only have 1,558 hours each.
Each.
That's pretty low. It is low.
For context, these are 210 horsepower each running on diesel.
Good to know.
So repowering a yacht this size,
Yeah.
it's a big job.
It is.
Like a lot of money and work.
Definitely.
The fact that they were installed in 2015 and have such low hours, it really suggests that they haven't been used too much.
Oh, okay.
They probably have lots of life left in them.
Probably, yeah.
Cummins is a good name in marine diesels.
Yeah, I know Cummins.
They're known for being durable and efficient.
That's good.
And you mentioned those new fuel tanks.
Oh, yeah.
On an older boat, fuel tanks can be a big issue.
So.
Corrosion, leaks, contamination of the fuel.
Oh, that's bad.
Replacing them is not a small job.
It's not.
You often have to take a lot of the boat apart.
Wow.
You need someone who really knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best signs that the owners really took good care of this boat.
Makes sense.
So moving up from below the waterline,
Okay.
let's talk about that new hardtop over the bridge.
All right.
It was installed in 2022.
Pretty new.
That's got to be a big upgrade for comfort
Oh, yeah.
and functionality.
How so?
A hardtop protects you from the elements so much better than just a canvas bimini.
I see. Yeah.
You get more shade, you're sheltered from the rain, and it's just a much stronger structure
Okay.
for mounting things like radar,
Right.
or in this case,
Yep.
800-watt solar panels.
Wow, that's a lot.
That much solar.
Yeah.
It really suggests that someone wanted to be able to spend more time away from shore power,
Interesting.
so you could run things quietly without the generator, maybe even reduce your fuel costs.
Makes sense.
That's definitely how people are cruising these days.
Definitely.
The listing also mentions new decking topsides.
Okay, what does that mean?
New decking obviously looks much better.
Sure.
It gives the boat a more modern look. But it also fixes any problems with the old decks,
Problems like?
like water getting in,
Oh, yeah.
which can lead to rot, or the fiberglass coming apart.
Not good.
It's a big project.
It is.
So again, it shows that the owners were willing to put in the work
Yeah.
to make sure this boat is in good shape.
They did their due diligence.
And then there's that 11 kilowatt generator.
Yeah. What about it?
For a yacht this size,
Okay.
a generator like that is a must-have.
What is that?
It powers everything when you're not plugged in at the dock.
Okay, like what?
This boat has two 16,000 BTU air conditioning units.
2?
BTU stands for British Thermal Units.
Oh, okay.
It's a measure of how much they can cool or
Oh.
heat. Yeah. 16,000 BTUs is a lot for a boat this size.
So it'll stay nice and cool.
The generator also runs other things,
Right.
appliances,
Yeah,
lights,
absolutely.
electronics.
Wow.
So you can really spend time on the water and be comfortable I think it's safe to say that this boat really is turnkey ready.
It does sound like it.
It's not just a sales pitch.
No?
There's actual evidence here
Right.
that this boat has had a lot of work done.
Yeah.
And that the work was done well.
Big selling point.
So let's actually step on board
virtually
and see what the interior is like.
Right.
The listings mention a spacious bridge and living area.
I like spacious.
And for someone planning longer cruises, having a comfortable interior with plenty of space is really important.
Absolutely.
It looks like this boat has a good layout.
What's it like?
On deck, you have that big foredeck, great for anchoring or just relaxing and taking in the view.
Yeah.
Moving back, there's a covered seating area.
Right.
And they actually mention an ice maker.
Nice touch.
It's a little detail, but I think it shows how much thought went into making this boat comfortable.
It does.
The cockpit at the back of the boat has a swim ramp.
Oh, cool. An outdoor grill.
Nice.
And a washdown.
Makes sense.
So you can get in the water, grill some food,
Yeah.
and then clean everything up easily.
I like it.
Then there's the bridge,
Yeah.
which the listing calls massive.
Wow.
It's under that new hardtop.
Right.
It seems like it would be a great place to hang out.
Definitely.
There's plenty of seating.
Good.
They recently replaced the isinglass.
What's isinglass?
It's that clear vinyl that encloses the bridge.
Oh.
So you're protected from the wind and weather,
Makes sense.
but you can still see out.
I see.
And from the bridge, you can access the dinghy and davit system.
The dinghy.
So it's easy to get the dinghy in and out of the water.
That's important.
Then, if we go down to the main cabin,
Okay.
they talk about it being bright and airy.
I like that.
They mention beautiful flooring and lots of natural light.
Sounds good.
The main cabin is also the pilot house.
Oh, cool.
So you have all the controls right there.
And it has doors on the sides.
For what?
So you can step right out when you're docking.
Okay, yeah.
And remember those two 16,000 BTU air conditioners?
Yeah, what about them?
They're going to keep the interior comfortable no matter where you're cruising.
Hopefully.
So the galley is down in the port.
Galley.
That's the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But it sounds like a real kitchen.
Like what?
It has a stovetop,
All right.
a convection oven microwave combo,
Nice.
and a full-size refrigerator.
No tiny fridge.
And there's even a seating area in the galley.
So people can hang out while you're cooking.
Exactly.
Cool.
Then up at the bow is the V berth.
Mm-hmm.
It has 2 single berths
Okay.
and an electric head.
Electric head.
That's a toilet.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice private space for guests.
It is?
Then in the back is the owner's stateroom,
All right.
which sounds really nice.
What's it like?
It has that centerline queen-sized bed that everyone wants a hanging locker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can get some work done.
And tons of storage.
Storage is key on a boat.
The owner's head is also to port,
Uh-huh.
and it has a separate stand-up shower.
Wow. A real shower.
It's definitely a luxury,
Yeah,
especially on a boat this size.
for sure.
They also have a washer and dryer.
Washer and dryer.
Yeah,
Between the main cabin and the owner's stateroom.
that's a game changer.
It means you can do laundry on board,
Yeah,
so you don't have to keep going back to shore.
I can see why they call it turnkey ready.
Right.
Totally.
And finally, the engine room.
The heart of the boat.
You can get to it from the main cabin
You okay?
or near the galley,
Mhm.
and they describe it as immaculate
Really?
with clear labeling
Nice.
and plenty of room to work.
That's good. That says a lot about how well they took care of this boat.
It really does.
So you can
Okay.
see
Yeah, right.
it's not just about the mechanical upgrades.
No.
The layout is well thought out. There are all these practical amenities.
Right.
It really gives you that feeling.
What feeling?
And you can just step on board and
goes and sail away.
So let's talk about why they say this boat is turnkey ready for cruising.
Okay.
Beyond the upgrades and the comfortable interior.
Right.
What else is there?
Like what?
Well, it has a 500-gallon fuel capacity.
That's a lot.
That gives you a really long range.
Mm-hmm.
It also has a 255-gallon freshwater capacity
So you go for a while.
without having to refill for
Wow.
navigation.
Mm-hmm.
It has a full suite of Garmin electronics,
Like what?
a plotter,
Okay.
a log, radar, depth sounder,
Oh, right.
autopilot,
Right.
and AIS.
What's AIS?
It stands for Automatic Identification System.
Okay.
It's a safety feature.
Right.
It lets you see other boats
Mm-hmm.
and lets them see you.
On the radar.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
It also has VHF radios.
For communication.
And get this, it's wired for Starlink,
Wow. So you can have internet.
even when you're far from shore.
Pretty cool.
It also comes with a dinghy.
Oh, yeah.
A 2022 West Marine 11.5-foot dinghy.
Brand new.
With an outboard motor.
All right.
And a davit system.
So you can launch it easily.
Exactly.
Very important.
They even say it would be good for doing the Great Loop.
The Great Loop.
You know that big loop around the eastern U.S. and Canada?
Oh, yeah. I've heard of it.
They say you might have to lower the radar mast to get under a low bridge in Chicago.
Oh, I see.
But still, it's pretty impressive that a boat this old could do the Great Loop.
That's a big trip.
So for you, our listener, who wants to get the information fast, this 1986 Present Yachts 46...
The Avalon.
Avalon seems like a really good option.
Yeah, it does.
You get that solid construction that you find on older boats with all the modern upgrades, like the Cummins engines and the new hardtop. And it's surprisingly spacious.
Spacious is good.
It's easy to see why they say it's ready for cruising.
I agree.
So the big question is,
With that.
Considering all these upgrades and how well-maintained it seems to be, what other questions would you have to make sure it really is turnkey?
A good question.
To make sure it really is turnkey.
Something to think about.
And what kind of adventures would you take on a boat like Avalon?
I like that.
That's something to think about.
It is.